All right. Well, hello there. Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode in the airplane show history. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted RIP tonight, your R.I.P, your real internet pilot. I got to get my real internet shades on. My real Matrix internet shades. We are sitting here in Arturo Merino Benitez International, Santiago, Chile. We're going to be flying this Turkish A359-URL from this airport to the next airport, which is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So, you know, like when they send A350s over from Turkey, they can't just do one stop. That's gay. You got to do multiple stops in the country. So South America is a big continent. So that's why it's the best turkey chili served today, because we got Turkish Airlines flying in Chile. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So here's the flight right here. Turkish Airlines 216, Santiago to Sao Paulo. Then from there, it goes back to Turkey. That's a nice little run, man. You know, about 15 hours of flying, man. You probably make some big cake while you're piloting this thing. Supposedly it was in Terminal 2, Gate E12. I don't see E12 anywhere. Let me just double check one last time. I didn't see E12 anywhere on the, you know, I tries to keep it as real as I can on this with the flights and all that. But yeah, I don't see an E12 anywhere. E1 through 6. The only 12 I see is up on Terminal 1, but that's not the terminal where this took off from. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and jump in this bitch. And let's get this airplane juiced up. Let's get it fired up. That way we can make that soft touchdown in Sao Paulo. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me look at you in the eyes real quick. Hit the like button, damn it. What would your mom say if she saw you watching this video and you didn't hit the like button? Oh my God, she would have a fit. Woo, boy, she would be mad at you. Okay, so we have... Now, I tried to do a lot of the sound setup first this time before jumping into the stream tonight. So I'm hoping that the levels are okay. I'm going to, of course, monitor it as everything goes along. But yeah, I haven't flown the A350 in a while. There's some cool shit that you can do in the A350 now. You might have been able to do this before. I haven't been in this plane in a while. Before we... Oh, you son of a bitch. Let me put on the cold and dark. All right, we got GPU there already. All right. Let's go ahead and save our seats. I think we can just go right through the door. Yep. Now, this does not have the upgraded cabin. You know, Emirates, some other airplanes, they have the upgraded cabins now. This is just the regular cabin. Hopefully everybody's having a good Monday. Good start to their week. Today is last day of my weekend, essentially. My weekends are essentially Saturday and Sunday. I'm sorry. That's regular weekend. My weekend's like Sunday and Monday. I'm not sure which update this came out on, but you can actually do all the stuff with say intentions now through their system. The CDL, CPD, whatever that, like in the A320, how it pops up and you can read like the clearance and all that. You can do the same thing in this airplane now. Oh, wait a minute. Is that, I think I got that correct. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, it is shift. We got to save 4 seats. All right, let's save 2 more seats. All the controls should be good. Our flap lever should be set just like last night. Throttle. Probably be the last time I use the yoke for the week. Until the weekend again, and my daughter will be back this weekend. I like the upgraded cabins, like the Emirates one, and I forget the other ones that Lufthansa. There's a few. Man, I like the little lights there. That's pretty dope. And that's either dope. You know what? That would be cool, man. If like you could get a hit of weed off of this thing. Is that a weed pipe? Because this Turkey, I mean, they got like opium and shit over there. Get a little hit of opium while you're 35,000 feet in the air, man. You won't know what hits you, man. You don't care if you crash or not. You just be high as a kite. You're like, yeah, dude, we can crash. I'm sure we'll be fine, dude. All right, let's get the airplane on. Now, of course, there's not going to be much sound from the airplane right now. I have it turned again. Let me show you what it sounds like with. So right now, I don't know if you guys can hear this that well. You know what? We'll just leave the music turned up a little bit, and then once we get like the engines and shit on, you'll hear a big difference. Here, I'll do some of the difference right now. Let me tell you. Let me take off some of these filters. You guys will hear a difference immediately. Okay, so let me turn the music down. So that's with all the wind noise. That's just the GPU. I mean, like the ground power unit running. So yeah, let's get our filters turned back on again. And then we got gain at the very end. All right, let's turn the music back up a little bit. Let's get our flight plan pulled in here. Oh, you know what? Let's do the checklist here. All right, cockpit preparation. All right, gear pins and covers. Let's go outside and remove all the covers. So you only really have two to worry about here. We have ESITO covers and the engine covers. Other than that, and we're not using GSX today, damn it. GSX can get fucked. We're not using GSX anymore. Not until they fix that issue. All right, load sheet. Let me make sure we have our flight plan pulled in here. All right, there's that. Let's get our charts pulled in here. So airport. Let's go under airport here. It should be 20.9. There we go. Parking spot coordinates. And C3. Should be right here. Let's make sure we have that. Go to initialization. IRS. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn the knobs on yet. That's great. I was going to, and then I was like, let me just get the checklist pulled up here. $33 240. $33,240. Okay, we're good. We can align there. All right, let's get our flight plan pulled in here. Let's insert into our company. Let's go ahead and get our clearance, or at least find out what ATIS is. So let's go to ATC comms. Let's get, say, intentions pulled up here. We have SCEL. To enter. Notify. Oh, okay. All right. So let's go back and let's do ATIS. Departure. Send request. Let's print that out. So currently the departing runways, 17 right and left, that's fine. And then we have information golf. All right, ground. Cheat sim brief import. All right, passengers are loading in. Let's get the clearance. So we have information golf. Let's go to departure. We are at gate Charlie 3. Information golf. Let's transfer that to the mailbox. Let's check out our messages. All right, we have our load sheet. Clearance. Let's send that over. All right, let's finish getting our flight plan put in here. So according to our takeoff here, we are going to be doing 17 right, and then the NEB G7 Charlie. So let's go to departure. We have runway 17 right. NEB 7 Charlie. So we can just use the arrows to go down. There we go. Put that in. Navigation's been upgraded. All right, that's good now. And now let's input our arrival. We can go back, click on SBGR. Part request status. Okay. All right, let's get our runway put in. So we're probably going to be doing runway 10 right. ILSP. Via Loman. And the star is going to be Mole 1A. Transition BUXUK. BUXUK, sorry. Not BUXUK, BUXUK. Let's throw that in there. Make sure we don't have any discontinuities anywhere. We should be okay. I don't think we're going to have any. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's get the wind pulled in here. Okay, that's all done. Actually, we can just pull our over here. Okay, instant fuel. Get the APU turned on in the meantime. Fuel pumps on. Turn the APU on. Oh, do I have say intentions? Oh, I do have say intentions open. All right, good. Ooh, I was like, man, we're not going to get clearance if we don't have that open. Wonder why we haven't received our clearance yet. Oh, here we go. Clear departure. Expect runway 17. Okay, squawk 7365. Let's get 7365 in here. $73.65. Ident. All right, excellent. So we are almost ready for like pushback and takeoff, actually. See, can we push this over? I don't think we can. Sync. Cute. Okay. So let's get our fuel and load updated here. All right, zero fuel weight is 153. Oh, come on, bitch. All right, 153. Zero fuel weight, center of gravity, 27.8. And then our fuel block. I hear something talking. I don't know what that is. All right, 23.5. 125. Passengers, we have a total of 100. That's all the passengers we have? Yep. All it holds is 161 people. That's it. All right, you say so. What did it say? 125. Yeah, 125. All right, that's done. Let's go back to takeoff performance. All right, and we should be able to send this to the FMS. All right, confirm. Excellent, that's all done now. Our takeoff is still, okay, our trim is still out of whack, but that might fix itself once we get hydraulics and all that shit on. All right, let's get the APU bleed on. You down, take you off. All right, we have our IFR clearance. Let's contact ground and get clearance for push and start. Arturo Marino, Turkey Airline 216, requesting push and engine start. All right, it said we're approved. I'm not sure why we can't hear anything, but I'm sure that'll change once we get up in the air. All right, let's turn off the external power. Ground, we can get rid of the chocks and the GPU. Currently it's 1016 for the pressure. Okay, that's all good. Let's arm the beacon lights. And then we're gonna push back. Not sure why we can't hear our purser yet. Let me just make sure that say intentions volume is working. Let me just test the volume real quick.
This is what COM 1 sounds like.
That's what I thought. Okay, it works.
This is what COM 2 sounds like.
Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. That's loud as shit, dude.
This is what the intercom sounds like.
All right, we can hear it. All right, so for 17 right, we need to go. Let's see which way we need to go here. So we need to go nose that way. Let's get our pushback machine going here. So disarm the parking brake. Okay, oxygen looks good. All the doors are closed. Get our engines turned on here. Excellent. Let's start making our turn backwards. Get our engines turned on. Packs off. And then one on. What? You better come back here, bitch. That's all right. We don't need you. We can do it ourselves. Yo, what's up, Darren? How you been, my friend? Been a minute, dude.
Land 360 ready to push. Push back and start approach.
What's good, my friend? How you doing? All right, we can stop here. Put our parking brake back on.
Attracting attention. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft.
Oh, we can hear the... I must just not had the PA mode on.
Follow the illuminated exit.
That's got to be what it is. Let me turn PA mode on so we can hear this guy.
Land 155, taxi to the gate. Land 155.
All right, we can't hear our cursor. That's okay. All right, let's get engine number 2 on. Yep, I know weather's off. Let's put the weather back on. Oh, you know what? I never set a secondary flight plan real quick. Give me a second here. Let me just set a secondary flight plan real quick in case we have an engine that blows out. We're not going to, but... All right, and then let me pick a spot out south of here that we can go to if we have some sort of issues. So we can go to, I bet you that's about 20 miles. Oh wow, that's 70 some miles. Jesus, that's a long way away. All right, then we'll put in, we'll put Kadak as our, so let's make sure we have our departure in here. Second here, initialization. Okay, departure 17 right. Let's just set up the same departure. Okay. Oh, we're doing 7C. Come on, you bitch. Damn it.
Ground Eroski 1277, taxi to the ramp.
There we go. Okay, let's get that inputted.
1277, taxi to parking via Uniform Golf. Uniform Golf, Eroski 1277.
And then we're going to put KDAC in after our departure, insert next waypoint. We have KDAC. All right, let's delete this out. And then get rid of this. Let's put in SCEL again. All right, let's put in our, actually, no, we'll just put in KDAC again. We don't need to put our departure in. This is just in case we need to do a holding point. Yeah, KDAC is to the southwest of the airport. All right, we can get rid of this. And then for our arrival, we'll just do runway 17 right again, and we'll just do ILS. Okay, and get rid of this. Okay, now we should be all set up for a backup route in case we have some issues. Oh man, my day has gone by very quick. It's been a very quick day today. All right, let's go back to our original flight plan. That's not our original flight plan. Yeah, my days off always seem to go by very quickly. Oh. I set it up wrong. Shit. All right, so we'll have to pull our flight plan back in. Okay, so there's our secondary flight plan. Let's go back to active. And let's actually pull this flight plan back in again. Oh, I guess I can't do that, can I? I can fix this. Let's get rid of KDAC. And let's get our departure back in here. Departure, 17 right.
241, taxi to parking via Uniform Golf. Uniform Golf, Eroski 241.
Come on, let's go. Come on, screen, damn it. No, not 7A, you cuck. I wish I could use the arrows here. Oh, I can use the arrows now. Very good. All right, NEV 7C. Okay, enter. Let me take a look at our flight plan again. Oh, you kidding me? I gotta put that in again? Motherfucker. Alright, enter. Excellent. Okay, now that's in there. Alright, after NEB, we have ESITO. Let's get rid of this discontinuity. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, let's put our arrival in, so we have 10 right. Our approach is going to be ILSP. Via Loman. Our star is going to be Mole 1 Alpha. And a transition of BUXUK. Okay, insert. Excellent. All right, let me make sure we don't have any discontinuities at this point. All right, that all looks good. Let's just make sure. Okay, that all still looks good. Oh, you know what? Let's turn the APU and shit off. I completely forgot about that. All right, packs back on. APU bleed off. APU off. Let's put seatbelts on. No smoking, no mobile. Arm those lights. Strobes are on auto. And we have taxi lights on. Let's make sure our takeoff data is still good. All right, confirm speeds. All right, so I think we're all good. There's our load sheet. All right, that all looks good. That all looks good. Okay, very good. Let's get clearance for taxi. Tura Marina Ground, Turkish Airline 216, requesting taxi clearance to runway 17 right.
Turkish 216, runway 17 right taxi via Zulu 3, Zulu, Victor.
After that, runway 17 right via Zulu 3, Zulu Victor, Turkish Airline 216. All right, and then for departure, we have, I'm going to give the comms to our co-pilot here in a moment. So chart 20-3M is what we need for our departure. Right here. Excellent. All right, our takeoff trim is good now. Let's put our flaps down. Flaps 2. Let's arm our brakes there. Let's arm our auto brake. All right, let's do takeoff configuration test. That all looks good. All right, engines look good. All the doors are closed.
Proxmart 197, push approved, expect taxi shortly.
Let's check out our controls here.
Roger, pushback approved, Proxmart 197.
Okay, that works. All right, and starboard side. Yep. Let's check out our rudder. Do it easy so we don't mess up the rudder. Excellent.
Charlie, Charlie, Tango X-ray Sierra, runway 17 left
Things look
taxi via
good.
Mike, Kilo, Alpha.
Runway 17 left taxi via Mike, Kilo, Alpha, Charlie, Charlie, Tango.
Hydraulics
X-ray
look all right. All right, man. Let's do this. Let's put on taxi here. We'll put on constraints. I think we are ready to roll. TCAS is on standby. That's okay. We can fix that. Put our parking brake off. All right, that's almost too loud, but so far so good. Now this airplane took off around 10 in the morning, if I remember correct, so we should have a
197 ready to taxi.
pretty close time plugged in here.
197, runway 17 right taxi via Golf, Zulu, Victor.
Runway 17 right taxi.
I love that we
via
can
Golf,
use
Zulu,
the
Victor, 197.
cockpit messaging system to communicate in this airplane. We couldn't do that with say intentions for a long time, but now we can, which is bravo say intentions. That's awesome that we can do that now. Yeah, it used to just be VATSIM enabled, but now we can do it. Say intentions. Yep, this is the best turkey chili I'm gonna have today. Hey, are we going the wrong direction? Yeah, we are. Let's turn around. Hey, fuck your grass. Goddamn, that Chilean grass right there. I'd rather be smoking your grass instead of driving on it, but we made a wrong turn. All right, now we're heading the right way. Turn our runway lights on. Oh, we don't really have runway lights. Man, I haven't flown this airplane in so long, man. LGS, oh, never mind. I was looking at that for a second, our tail number, but that's not the tail number that I typed in. That's just the one that comes on the airplane. Yo, I should have looked up that tail number like I did last night with that PMDG flight. But that flight probably would have been too long. Doesn't it look like our airplane's kind of hovering over the ground right now? Like that front tire, doesn't it kind of look like we're hovering? Man, I listened to the sound of this airplane idling and then also with the engine spooled up a little bit without the new filters that I have on there. Ooh, man, this is a big difference in sound. I know it's not as loud as it was, which I can change that, but when we do hear the sounds are much better than they used to be. Why is my mic peaking? Tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay, seems okay now. Whenever I test my mic out, I like to say the word tuck, because it peaks the microphone really quickly. All right, I'm going to give comms over to our co-pilot. Good afternoon, Madam Co-pilot. Would you mind handling the comms during takeoff, please?
Sure thing, Greg. I'll handle the comms during takeoff.
Thanks, babe. And again, just now with saying tensions, I have that shit turned all the way down, and that shit motherfucker is still loud as hell. It's almost like the volume just doesn't do anything in the app that you download. It's crazy, man. Yo! Oh, that's smoke, man. We down in Chile. We just made some turkey chili, man. That's smoke. We've been smoking all kinds of shit down here today. I'm high as hell flying this airplane, man. We're good. Buckle up. No, that's fog. Right now, it's IFR for
Charlie, Tango X-ray.
departure and arrivals in Santiago. What's going on, Scale Bait? How you doing, my friend? All right, we can actually get out of this mode now that we are taxiing. Gotcha. Man, drop in for as long as you want. It's all good. I'll be working tomorrow. I know that feeling, man. I am not looking forward to going back to work. I like my job. I just would much rather win the lottery and not have to work a real job anymore. I've come very close a few times to getting the right numbers. I've been off by a couple of numbers here, a couple of numbers there. I play the same numbers every week.
Proxmark 1907, contact tower on 118.1.
One of these days, I'm gonna win some money. More than 200 bucks. Most I've ever won is 200 bucks.
Ready for push and start.
All right, let me get the tower tuned in here.
Start approved, line 83.
Yeah, I think so. I think the graphics look pretty good. It's really hazy. Now I have the level of depth for the terrain. I had that turned down to like 35. It could go up to 150 for the level of detail, but yeah, I got auto FPS working overtime on that right now.
Aeroski 1267, contact ground on 122.6. 122.6 for ground, Aeroski.
We're going to take off heading to the south, then we're going to make a turn to the east and fly over the mountains of South America, man. I love flying over South America. I wish, I should say like I wish, like I do it more often, but
Cleared for takeoff. Safe travel.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to flying more airplanes over over South America. I wonder if they're going to have this A320 go before us. Oh yeah, it's taxiing out. Okay. Yeah, Microsoft lately's been running pretty good. I don't know if it's the new auto FPS update that's been helping, or maybe they just did something with their servers, but lately the gameplay's been a lot smoother. And I think we are holding short right now. Let me see here. Yep. All right, let's get clearance. Arturo Moreno Benitez Tower, Turkish Airline 216, holding short runway 17 right, ready for departure. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Line up and wait. Turkish 216 heavy.
He might be gone by now, Darren. I think he meant it when he said he was just dropping in for a minute.
Turkish 216 heavy, runway 17 right, winds 160 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 17 right, cleared to take off. Turkish 216 heavy.
Almost gone. All right, now if this gets too loud during takeoff, I apologize. Again, I'm still playing with these new filters. If it's too loud, I'll fix it after I put the gear up. But we should be okay. Actually, it's a little loud right now. Hang on a second. Let me just turn down one of the settings real quick. Just turn the gain down a little bit. All right, let's roll. Let's punch the clock. It's time to go to work. All right, engines look good. Flex power set. Airspeed's alive. One 100 knots. Approaching V1 speed.
V1.
All right, no go speed passed. V1.
Approaching runway 17 right.
Proximate 681.
Positive rate,
runway
landing
17
gear up.
right, winds 160 at 5, cleared to land.
A little loud, the sound. Let me turn it down just a little bit right now.
Contact departure. Turkish 216. Santiago Center, Turkish 216. Good morning, climbing through 2,500.
All right, autopilot on. Let me get our transponder fixed here.
216, Santiago Center, radar contact. Climb 6,000, turn left, heading 135, vectors to Echo Lima 400, then on course.
Turn left heading 135 vectors. What?
Climbing 6,000. Left heading 135 for vectors to Echo Lima 400, then on course. Turkish 216.
Oh, okay, I got you now. So let's go direct to Echo Lima 400. All right, let's go flaps up one notch. All right, flaps up all the way.
Climbing flight level 230, Turkish 216.
Santiago info, land 145, flight level 240. Land 145, radar contact.
All right, we're all cleaned up after departure. Auto brakes off. Let's all right, that's all good. What do I want to see right now? There's something I want to look at. All right, right, let me get the weather turned on. All right, weather is on. That's all done. That's all done. That's all done. Yeah. So they had us go direct to EL 400. That's why they vectored us. All right, let's get the sound fixed here.
Climbing flight level 260, Turkish 216.
All right, I think that's pretty good. Like 260. Actually, I'm going to handle the comms now. You know what? I forget our co-pilot's name.
Charlie, Charlie, Tango X-ray, Sierra, fly direct final.
I'm sorry,
Clear
co-pilot.
for
What's your
the
name
ILS
again?
runway 20 approach, descend and maintain altitude 4,000 feet until established. Altimeter
I'm
1015.
Sloan Speedy Hollis. Needs to be flying with you, Greg.
Down to 4,000, cleared for the ILS 20.
Sorry about that, Sloan. I'll handle the comms for a while, please.
All right, Greg. I'll let you take over the comms for now.
Dear guests, we are now safely above 10,000 feet. You may use approved electronic devices in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly, and the onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for your convenience. Thank you for flying with Turkish Airlines.
Wow, that looks really good. We got to go up a little bit here. I got rid of one of the seats by accident. I hit the wrong button a moment ago. I just want to get over the front where the slats are. Oh, I never set up sky dolly for takeoff. Shit. All right, I can always do takeoff over again. But I tell you, with these new filters, you know, I listened to it last night, the stream replay. I don't always listen to the replay, but lately I've been... Fuck, I did it again! I hit the wrong fucking button. Hang on a second. Let me stop talking for a second and stop getting rid of my seats that I saved. But yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of the volume for not having that shh all the time from the wind noise. Which it seems like that's what we've pretty much gotten rid of at this point. All right, let's turn constraints off now that we're over 10,000 feet. Let's put on airport mode. And let's tune this out to like 120 miles. In case we need to go back and check out another airport for landing. Look at that. Oh my God, that is so fucking awesome. Yeah, I'll accept your message. I accept the collect call from you, Arturo Marina. Arturo Marina? Yo, I feel like a real pilot. Fuck yeah, that is awesome, dude. Boy, say intentions. Good job, guys, man. Way to start integrating your stuff into the simulator, man. That is beautiful. So happy that I don't have to use VATSIM for that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's ATC message, automatic message from the ATC. Now that we have, Say Intentions now has everything integrated, I guess, like VATSIM does, where it'll send you, instead of them calling it over the radio, they'll just send you a message. That is awesome, man. Why are we only climbing at 500 feet per minute? Oh, because of the speed there. Yeah, that is cool, man. All right, let's get our charts for landing. I know, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I feel like a real pilot. Bravo Airspace jumped in the chat last night and thought that was funny that I called myself a real internet pilot. They were like, that's pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, it's true, though. I'm a real internet pilot. I don't know if it was the real Bravo Airspace. I think they've messaged me a couple of times in the past because it was either them or somebody else in the past that messaged me. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, another ATC. Oh shit, are we gonna hit this? Better not. Dodge these mountains. Not letting me go back in nav mode here. We'll get it sorted out here in a moment. Send back our okay. There we go. All right, let's go back into open climb. Or regular climb mode, actually. Okay, yeah, we made it over the mountains here. Where is this airplane taking us? Hopefully we're going to... Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, that would be dope as hell. Somebody make a livery with a no BS, like it is on the back of the t-shirts, like the little logo I have. Yeah, that would be cool, man. I'll have to look into that. I could probably make the livery myself. I haven't really ever tried to do something like that before, but I bet you I could do it. That would be dope, having a no BS. Yo, somebody stole some shit off the channel. There's a, I don't know if you stole it from the channel or not, but it's called No BS Interrogations or something like that. I've never seen it before up until recently, but they even have, I had an AI thing of a bull taking a dump with an X through it. for no BS, and he even has that on there too. And I only use that logo a couple of times with the bull taking a dump. Oh wow, look at that. Contact Mendoza Center. Oh my God. Yo, we don't have to talk at all. We can just use this. This is great. All right, let's contact Mendoza Center. What is it? 1, 2. .122.1. We can't. All right, I think I can do it this way. There we go. Mendoza Center, good evening. Turkish Airline 216, climbing through 3,000 feet for flight level 410.
Turkish 216, Mendoza Center identified. Good afternoon.
That is cool, man. I've never had an airplane do that before, man. I take back some of the shit I said about inibuilds. You guys are okay with me, inibuilds. Today, you're okay with me. This is like some next level shit that I've been talking about you guys doing for a while now that you guys never wanted to do before. I'm glad you guys finally decided to do it in this airplane. I love being able to pull that kind of shit up. That's great. All right, so for our one chart, we have 20.9. That's airport info. Let's star that. For our arrival, we are looking at chart 22D.
Radar service is terminated. Charlie Charlie Tango X-Ray Sierra, change to advisory frequency approved. Squawk VFR.
All right, 22D.
Radar service is terminated. Squawk VFR.
And then we have
X-Ray Sierra. Good day.
21-7 and A. So now when we go here, we should have all of our charts. There we go. Very good. Standard world day. All right, we are in climb mode still. Let's just take a look at our systems, make sure they're okay. Okay, engines look okay. All that looks okay. EC electric looks okay. Hydraulics are hydraulicing. Flight control, bleed. Condition. All right, Darren. See you, buddy. Nice catching up with you for a few minutes. I'll check you out on Discord or on here later if we catch up. If not, I'll talk to you again later this week. I think we can print this out too. Let's see what shows up when we print it. Oh yeah, there we go. Climb, maintain 40. Well, that is cool. I didn't think this airplane goes up to 41,000 feet. I thought like 39,000 may have been the ceiling, but I guess this thing can go up to like 42, 43,000 feet. Very cool. I've been waiting to fly a Turkish airliner for a while now. I just never found a flight that I really wanted to do. A lot of times they fly into that new airport in Turkey, but I don't even know if that airport is showing up yet in the simulator or not. Last time I checked, that airport wasn't showing up in the simulator. It's like LTFM, I think. All right, let's take a look at our performance tab here. So want to put in speed of 250. Cost index of like 6. Yeah, that works. Now we'll leave it on the default that it's on here right now. Very cool. There's our cruise wind. I want to know if there's anything fun to watch, but I think that's going to hurt the I think it's going to hurt the simulator. It's going to hurt the frame rate probably. I was watching some storm chasers. Let me see who's streaming right now. Yeah, let's put this on for a while. Storm chasers here. Corey Gherkin, he's a pretty good storm chaser. All right, before I do that, Let's take a listen. So right now, we can kind of hear the engines rumbling. Listen to the noise when I take the filters off. Wait 1 second. I'm going to lower this because it's probably going to raise up quite a bit. Let me lower it down a little bit. Here we go. See how windy it is? Now, if I put all the filters back on, here, now we just really hear the rumble of the engines. A little bit of wind noise. Yeah, to me, that's much better. Especially when we're up here in the cockpit. Listen to this. So this is with the filters on. Let me take the filters off. You hear that high pitch? Now they do have a headphones mode. We could, oh, you know, they do have a headphones mode. Actually, let's put that on. Let me put the filters back on though. This one is really muting everything. Let me... And I'm just adjusting some of the sliders real quick here. Let me leave the music on for a minute while I work on this. I wish you guys could see what I'm doing right now, but unfortunately there's no way to show this part of the screen. All right, so that is... That's a little better. Turn that rumble up, bitch, yeah! Now we got them engines rumbling. Let me turn down the... All right, let's go back outside for a moment and see how that sounds. It's going to get loud for a second, sorry. There we go. So it looks like minus, say 9, minus 10 is good. Minus 9.5. No, minus 10 is good for BB. Excellent. And then if I go back inside, then I can always raise the, you know what, let me do this here. Let me set the right gain inside the cabin here. So that's gonna be like minus 4. And then when I go outside, I just need to reduce the slider a little bit. All right, we are at cruising altitude. All right, let's see what options we have here. is headphones mode at?
Dear guests, now that we have reached our cruising altitude, the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service. We invite you to enjoy some of our signature Turkish Airlines treats, including the delightful baklava and refreshing ayran. After the service, selected items from the Turkish Airlines shop will be available for your convenience. Thank you for choosing Turkish Airlines, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
The optimum is 42,000 feet. All right, where are they chasing the storm at? Let me see here.
Just looking at this thing.
Oh, in Colorado. That thing looks like it's getting ready to explode, man.
So probably better off just to keep going east and then
Oh yeah, right outside of Denver. Yeah, they do have a lot of bad weather today. All right, I wonder if I can use the ATC system to request a new altitude. Let me turn this off so we can look at this real quick. All right, let's go to, oh, hang on one second. Let's put this on, actually, let's put this on below in case we need to descend quickly. All right, ATC menu, request vertical, climb 2, $42,000. Transfer to mailbox. All right, there's our request. Let's see what happens. Send this. All right, so we just sent our request to 42,000 feet. Oh wow, look at those clouds. It's like popcorn clouds. That's pretty cool.
I'm curious about if the merger can complete, then I'd be very much intrigued with that.
Hello, hello. Cuck, cuck, cuck. Cuck, cuck. It's so interesting that where it spikes the it spikes the microphone.
So, I mean, honestly, it looks like a pretty well-established supercell. Just need that merger to finish.
All right. Haven't heard anything back yet. Oh, there we go. Excellent. All right, climb to 42,000 feet. All right, we got to contact Cordova Center. 125.1.
Climate sounds like it's not going away, but it's not improving.
Yeah, at this rate, I think the only storm with a chance is that one with the last chance. That one is, ironically the last chance, I feel.
Cordova Center, good morning. Turkish Airline 216 with you at 4,200 feet. Flight level 420, my bad.
Turkish 216, Córdoba Center identified. Buen día.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance in
Yo, that is so dope, man. We gotta start flying this airplane more. Wow. I wish other airplanes did this, man. That is so awesome. That's so cool. That really is, man. I wonder if they do that now on the other inibuilds airlines. We'll have to do like the A320neo or something like that this week.
That's like the last video ever gonna be out here.
That makes me really happy. I like that. Wow, look at that supercell building up. Wow. That is crazy. Let's see if there's any good storms in their area. I wonder if, I don't know if pulling up website's gonna hurt anything or not, but I'm gonna check it out here in a minute. Just gotta turn the gain down on my microphone a little bit. Starting to peak a little bit more than I usually want to. I shouldn't say peak. I'm going a little deeper into yellow than I usually want to. I'm usually good with like 3 to 6 decibels over the green line, but all right, let me get the weather widget pulled up here. Weather widget, weather-wise. Yeah, there's some good storms building right now. Those guys were down here chasing these storms down here. You know, this storm could be something to it here.
Captain Greg, would you or the first officer like anything to drink or a small snack?
I'm good with a lemon lime Gatorade, please, and I think Long Duck Dong. I'm sorry, Sophia is yeah, she'll take a Coke.
Understood, Captain Greg. We will bring you a lemon lime Gatorade and Sophia a Coke now.
Yeah, this storm's starting to... Let me just refresh this real quick because I don't like that camera angle. Yeah, this thing is starting to get some inflow to it. It's starting to get that hook. It just make sure I have filtered out. Yeah, okay, custom gain. All right, fast scan. Let's turn that on. I don't know why this stuff always turns off. Tornado beta. Beta! Oh yeah, it looks like there's a hail shaft starting to form as well. This little pink right here. It's probably a hail shaft. Let's see what the... Oh yeah. Yeah, that storm's starting to get some... Here's the inflow coming in here. Yep, starting to rotate. Any debris yet? No, there's a couple of signatures on here that really shouldn't be there. A couple of pixels. What's the outlook here? Tornado should just be like a 2%. Yeah, it's just a 2%. Oop, there's a tornado warning. Radar indicated. Yeah, that sucks that there's no good stations around here. Severity of hail on the tail end. Yeah, it's starting to rotate a little bit. They must be.
Greg, your lemon lime Gatorade and Sophia's Coke are on their way now.
They must be seeing something that we can't pick up on radar because there's no radar around there. That's hard to believe in this day and age. We don't have a radar station. Close enough. Near a major city. Like, you know what I mean? That shit is wild. We almost have a radar. Shortwave. Let's do a clean infrared. Oh yeah, definitely something there. I wonder what the echo top is there. Wonder how tall. Oh, you know what? I might be able to get it this way. Let me see here. No, I can't. It won't show it. I need to have regular radar for it to do what I want it to do. Let's see here. Rotational. Right, where's echo top? Should be up here. $36,000 feet. Not bad. So this is looking at 11,000 feet into the air. We got a lot of cool toys on this on weather-wise here. We're making pretty good time. We're in 4X mode right now. Wonder if there's any storm chasers. Let's see here. Traffic cameras and but there's no cameras and no storm chaser. Well, there's a camera here. Ooh, that's nasty looking. My goodness. You can see down here, it looks like it's trying. I mean, that very well could be a tornado right here. Could be rain wrapped. We'll see if they extend out this tornado. Here, I wonder what the... Let me see here. Map settings. Do we have satellite on? No, we don't. Wonder what happened with all our settings. So weird. Every once in a while, this website just like resets everything. Let me see here. We can... I wonder if this is like a heavily populated area. Storm tracks. That turned on. All right, let's turn display capture off. Let's close out that window. We don't need that anymore. Contact Resistencia 125.75. Resistencia, good evening, good morning. Turkish Airline 216 with you at flight level 420.
Turkish 216, Resistencia Center identified. Good afternoon.
Oh, another update's available for flow. Very cool. Alright, so we don't have top of descent until... Oh wow, we got a while to go until we get the top of descent. My goodness. I'm okay with it. That's just it's a while. Glad we got 4X. Okay, 420. Once we find out the runway we're going to be landing on today, we will set up brake to vacate if we can. If I remember how to do it, it's not too hard. Pretty sure I remember how to do it. One of these days, I want to try out these situations. I want to find a booklet on what to do for failures on this kind of airplane. Yeah, our top of descent is not until like we're pretty close to San Paulo. All right, landing performance. Sync. Landing technique manual, brake mode, no reversers. All right. Nice, we got plenty of time, plenty of space to land. Damn, man, my nipple itches. Oh, we got 2 messages. Oh, shit. I should be able to pull the messages up on here. Let me see here. Thought I could. I pulled them up here before. Maintenance. Oh, yes, over here under AOC. All right, let's just go through all these messages. Otherwise, you're going to continue to flash. Yeah, I forgot that these messages show up here. That's 6 messages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's our load sheet. Version. METAR. Very good. Okay. See here. Fentech Curitiba. I'm going to print that out. I'm not going to remember that name. And all right, 123.725. Since it's not calling me on the radio, I can't switch frequencies like I usually do. I have to type them in. I could go into the app and do it that way, but that's all right. Good morning, Curitiba Center. Turkish Airlines with you at flight level 420.
Turkish 216, Curitiba Center, identified. Good afternoon.
Okay, speed constraint at, say, 10,000 feet. Will it not let me do that? No? All right, it's fine. See here. All right, I don't see where to put in our wind data for descent. That's all right. Let's get our approach set up here. Let me get our trusty tablet pulled up. I never did pull the flight plan in. Let me pull our flight plan in. Let's go to downloads. There we are. All right, let's get some of this info plugged in here. So right now, our wind. Runway 10 right. Okay, we have 160 by 4. By 4 knots. Outside air temperature right now is 15 degrees. QNH 1023. And then for our landing, if we're doing 10 right, how are the options at? What? Weird, I don't see where to... Hang on, let me get this changed first. All right, what does it say? 127.5. Get 127.5. Peter Vita Center, Turkish Airline 216 with you at flight level 420.
Turkish 216 Curitiba Center identified Tudo Bem.
Shit, where's our options at here? Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't want that one. Let's do that there. Let's finish this up here. So for the landing, we're doing a Cat 1. Is that really the correct decision height? 2660? No way. Really? I guess it could be. Yeah, I guess so. 2651. Interesting. All right. We're going to do the first one, 2651. All right, we'll do flaps full. To make sure that transition is correct. This needs to be 112 actually. And yeah, 8,000 looks correct. Come on. 6.7. Garabita Center, good morning. Turkish Airline 216 with you at flight level 420.
Turkish 216, Curitiba Center, identified. Good afternoon.
I don't think we have that much farther to go. until we start descending, actually. Oh shit. Is that top of descent, correct? Yeah, I think so, actually. Yep, there's our top of descent coming up. Here, beat the center, Turkish Airline 216. We're going to begin our descent in about 10 minutes into Sao Paulo. I'm getting ready to give the comms over to the co-pilot.
Turkish 216, descend via Molen 1 Alpha to 6,000 bucks, transitioning to Guarulhos, QNH 1023.
Descend via Mole 1 Alpha 6000, transition into Guarulhos, QNH 1023, Turkish 216. All right, I just gave the comms to the co-pilot. Let's start our descent. Check speed mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have begun our approach to Guarulhos. Gobernador Andre Franco Montoro International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. For your safety, the use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your attention and cooperation.
Oh, look at that. Oh shit, that is dope as hell. It tells you when to put the flaps down. Look at that. Oh my god, that is dope as shit. Sorry, I've never seen anything like that before. That is wild as shit. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, we'll put this guy on, actually we'll put him on performance. That way we can click activate approach mode when we need to. We do have a hard stop at 14,000 feet for one of these waypoints coming up. We should be okay. All right, did it tell us Tell me what runway we're landing on yet. ILSY 10 right. Okay, very good. So let's get brake to vacate set up here. Let's go plan. Let's zoom all the way in. Okay, let's see here. All right, so there's 10 right. We need at least... There's our dry line there.
Security Center, Turkish 216. Good afternoon, descending flight level 360 for 6,000.
Turkish 216, Curitiba Center, identified. Good afternoon.
All right, let's say we'll exit here. All right, so there's our brake to vacate exit. Brake to vacate is set up. All right, brake to vacate is all set up.
Good afternoon. We're descending from flight level 320 to 6,000.
Ooh.
216.
So it looks like I'm gonna have to continue to go back and forth with the frequencies. It doesn't look like they're gonna switch automatically, even with the co-pilot doing it, which is okay. That doesn't really bother me. All right, we do have a company message. Let's see what that's all about here. As soon as the screen recognizes that I'm trying to click on it. Hey, come on, screen. Check speed mode. All right. Clear that out. Oh, didn't clear that out. All right, let's see here.
Curitiba Center, Papa Papa Tango Charlie X-ray, flight level 240. Papa Papa Tango Charlie X-ray, radar contact.
Man, it's very nice being 2 hours into the stream and we're on our way landing instead of just like taking off like the last couple of streams where like we had issues. Man, this airplane is really dope, man. The A350 is, they made a lot of good changes on this. I haven't flown this airplane in a long time. This is really a good airplane now, especially with those filters now where you can make the engines grumble a bit more.
Team 3121 contact Brasilia Center on 134.0. Over to Brasilia Center on 134.0, TAM 3121.
You know, I could probably turn off that transponder C thing. Not really that big of a deal, I guess. Just trying to think of a way where I can have the co-pilot handle the comms all by themselves, but should be okay. Let's see here. Music. Let's put that on cable D. I think. Yep. We are making good. I'm there. I think that's cool as hell that we can see when put flaps 1 and flaps 2 down. That is dope as hell. I like that. That's the first time I've ever seen that on a MiG-2 before. A MiG-2! I wonder if the A380 will do that now. The fly-by-wire A380, because it's got the same sort of screens here. I wonder if we can do all that shit now in the fly-by-wire. We'll have to try that out. All right, we're holding speed good. Let's put constraint mode back on. Do terrain as well.
South Hollow Control, Turkish 216. Good afternoon, flight level 180 for 6,000.
Turkish 216, South Hollow Control. Identified southern twist.
Put you on landing mode. Look at that, it's got the ILS in there already. Holy shit, that's dope as fuck. Yeah, it's got it in there. Yeah, look at that. Wow, man, that's cool, man. They got some cool shit on this airplane now. They got some cool shit on this airplane. Let's just make sure we have that in there. -3. 95 is our... Yep, 95. Excellent, man. That is cool as hell. All right, contact...
216, this will get you there sooner. Descend flight level 110, turn right heading 120. Vectors for the ILS runway 10 right approach.
Descend flight level 110, right heading 120, vectors for the ILS runway 10 right approach. Turkish 216.
Turn right heading 12. Okay, right heading 120.
Turkish 216, contact Brasilia Center on 126.8.
Contacting Brasilia Center on 126.8, Turkish 216.
Flight level 110.
Turkish 216. Good afternoon, descending flight level 150 for 6,000.
Turkish 216, Brasilia Center, identified. Olá. Turkish 216, speed 160 knots.
What?
Station air, 9 miles ahead.
There's no way that happens in real life.
Turkish 216.
All right, speed brakes. Whatever. Speed brakes deployed. Landing lights on. Put our seatbelt signs.
Turn right heading 185.
Right heading 185, Turkish 216.
That's what I get for holding in the arrow key. All right, 185. And what are we getting down to? 6,000
Turkish
feet?
216, descend the altitude 5,000 feet. Turn right heading 165.
Descending 5,000 feet, turning right heading 165, Turkish 216.
go flaps 1.
Turkish 216, traffic no longer a factor. Speed restrictions canceled.
Speed restrictions canceled. Turkish 216.
Now let's go flaps up. All right, crossing 10,000 feet, cockpit sterile. What a cool airplane now. Wow. I am really impressed. This is the first time I've like really been impressed with an airplane from inibuilds. This is great. What a great job they did with this airplane now. All right, I don't think we have any speed restrictions on.
Ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. We are now beginning our final approach into Guarulhos. Please ensure all electronic devices are turned off and stowed securely. Kindly put your
No,
tray
not
tables
really.
away. Return your seats to their
250 knots
position
is really
and
the.
fasten your seat belts. Our crew colleagues will be checking to make sure everyone is safely seated and secured. The weather at our destination is mild with a temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and no precipitation. Our assigned gate is Terminal 1, Gate 16. Thank you for flying with Turkish Airlines Flight 216. We appreciate your cooperation as we prepare to land.
We have 1023 as our pressure. Let's get that updated here.
Turkish 216, turn left heading 115.
Turning left, heading 115. Turkish 216.
I hate when they do this. I really don't want to make that turn. We'll do it, but I really hate because they always cut us so short. All right, let's go activate approach mode.
Turkish 216, 18 miles from Amsterdam. Turn left heading 130. Descend altitude 4,100 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 10 right approach.
Left heading 130. Descend to
How can we turn left heading 130 when we already turned left heading 115? Come on, say intentions.
Right approach. Turkish 216.
This is what I'm talking about sometimes with you guys. How you guys just like say some dumb shit.
Monitor vertical speed. Clear of conflict.
All right. Let's go flaps 1. Let's arm approach mode. Oh, let me start up Sky Dolly. There we go. Report our landing. Keep brake armed. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Where do they have us going? What the fuck, man? We are way off. Look at where they have us. That's what I mean. They don't give us any time to fucking line up. Man, fuck you guys. Let's go south.
2000.
Yeah, let's just head south. That's one thing. I wish they would contact me, say intentions, so I can tell them how to do this shit properly. This is the worst thing. This is the only thing I don't like about say intentions, really, is that when they line you up, when they vector you in for landing, they give you no room to line up. They give you like 5 miles. Come on, man. That ain't right. Alright, now we can start turning. Let's turn to like a 130 heading. 130-ish, so we're within 45 degrees of glides over the localizer. Oh, we're 9 miles out. Gear down. Let's go flaps 2. Go flaps 3. All right, we should be capturing the localizer any minute now. Slow our descent up a little bit here. All right, flights localizer captured.
Turkish 216, contact Guarulhos Tower on 118.4.
Flaps full.
On 118.4, Turkish 216. Guarulhos Tower, Turkish 216. Good afternoon, established on the localizer runway.
Oh, a new episode of Euphoria is out. Shit, we got to see the naked Sydney Sweeney show. She's like the new age Pamela Anderson, but she gonna get old and crusty and wrinkly, just like Pamela Anderson, and then nobody's gonna care about her anymore. The one thing about Sydney Sweeney is, though, she is a much better actress than Pamela Anderson ever was. At least Sydney Sweeney is a pretty good actress. But still. Steel! Alright, there's our runway. Glide slope is captured. We can hear the Morse code. All right, my control. 3 clicks means we've now downgraded our autopilot. Anytime you hear 3 he clicks like that, tick, 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 it means you've gone from like open climb to regular, from climb to open climb, or from nav mode to heading mode. Now, I have not tried to land this airplane since the last time I flew it, which has been a long time, man. I can't remember the last time it's been, but it's been a very long time since I've tried to land this airplane. That's one thing I would like to start trying to do maybe before I stream, is practice a few landings, but it's kind of difficult in this simulator. X-plane is really easy. You just pick 10 miles out from the airport and bam, you can just load in right there. Here, you gotta like take off, get in the air. Sometimes you can start like a few miles out, but not in an airplane like this usually. Because even if you started with the engines on, there's so many systems that need to turn on. It's like near impossible to like... Retard. All right, we got wind coming in from the starboard side.
Minimum 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, retard.
What? No way. There's no way it was that hard. We're going around again. Let me turn off say intentions. Hang on. All right, say intentions is now off. Yeah, let's go around again. Set our altitude for 5,000. Flaps up. All right, landing gears back up. What the fuck? Oh, I don't have auto throttle on, that's why. Like, why are we still speeding up? Yeah, there's no way that was minus 500. We'll take a look at it on replay. No freaking way, dude. I mean, it's okay if it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to land these airplanes at like 400 or 500 feet, you know, per minute like that. They can handle it, but that doesn't sound like something I would do. You know I'm the best landing. You know I'm the best at landing airplanes. You know ain't nobody rival me. I'm the best there ever is, there ever was, and there ever will be.
500.
All right, tell you what, let's go up to like 7,000 feet. Just to give ourselves some space to descend if we have to. All right, let's hold off here. All right, let's turn around. Let's go flaps 1. Activate approach mode. I know it says slats all the way down there, but I don't believe that. I do not believe that. Gear down. All right, glide slope localizer captured. Flaps 2. Brakes hot. Let's put the brake fans on. Let's slow down to our landing speed, which I don't even really know what our landing speed is. We'll just say like 140. Oh, 120. Oh, wow, 125. Okay. Maybe that's why we were coming in kind of fast. All right, flaps 3. Those are armed again.
2000.
The flaps full. We're still at 1023. All right, let me take over control again. All right, my control again. 3 clicks means we've downgraded again. It wasn't a bad landing that we did. I just was not soft enough for my liking. I like it to be under 300 if I can help it. Maybe I'll do another flight in like the Q400 or something like that, or the Phenom or something. I don't know. I kind of want to fly another airplane. Might have to research something real quick and then come back on with a new stream.
1000.
Take advantage of having a few extra minutes to do something here. course, I did say I wanted to fly that new airplane, the V-35, the Bonanza 35B. Maybe we'll fly that. Go into X-Plane and give that airplane a try. On Mod Monday. Of course, we could always do Mad Dog Monday, too. Not as good as Phoenix Friday, but Mad Dog Monday could be a thing. Or MD-11 Monday. Oh, you know what we got to watch? I'll probably come back on a little bit later, like I'm talking about. I watched, I think he's a former American Airlines pilot or captain, but he was going over the UPS MD-11 that blew up last year. Not blew up, but that crashed and exploded and then blew up. It's amazing what Boeing came out on a statement and said, like, almost 20 years ago about the part that broke. Oh my God, like they're saying it doesn't, there's no failure for that part. That part is not gonna fail. And it was a little clasp that broke. He can explain it better. I don't know the name of the part that broke, but it's crazy that little thing broke, man. If you watch that thing in slow motion, how that engine goes straight up, it is wild, man.
90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Much better. Much better. All right, let's go taxi out and just pick a spot to maybe I'll play it before I end this stream, just in case I don't come back on tonight. That's what I'm going to do. After we park, I'm going to play it. Well, we should have had those lights on a while ago. Now we can turn that off, turn that off. Crossing the runway. Watch out, bitch. Much better landing that second time. Before I show the video, I got to get a couple replays of us landing. For that landing, I think I'll create a short, call it something like greasy turkey chili. Even though we're not in Chile right now, but it's okay. Y'all know what I mean. Park and brake on. We would normally turn the APU on if we're gonna go again, but let's pause. Nope, not you, buddy. All right, stop recording. Let's go back like, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We're delighted to have you with us tonight.
Actually, we don't even really need the sound for this part. Guess I'll leave it up though. I usually put other sounds or other music to it when I'm doing shorts, typically, or sometimes I have it narrated by like an old British dude. I think that's funny, having him narrate it. Might have to do a different accent this time, being that it's a Turkish airline. After we land, I'm going to check one or two other angles. Only thing I wish inibuilds would add to this airplane is more wing flex. Like, that wing should be bouncing a little bit right now, especially with, you know, the amount of fuel we have now. I mean, the wing's not as heavy as it was before. Ooh, it gets better every time. Really? That's all you have? It's just these two? Alright, this will be a cool one. Let's, No, bitch! Alright, Sky Dolly, let's go back just a few seconds. No, you son of a bitch. No, bitch. Go back. Now we're getting closer to the center line. All right, what other cameras do they have here? All right, let's do one more. And then we're going to watch that episode of that guy, of that pilot. Man, we are so close to getting that center line. Excellent. All right, let's end this flight. Let me stop Sky Dolly. Okay, let's go back to main screen here. And I'm actually going to turn this shit off right now. Let me get that episode up. We'll watch it. It was amazing to me, the lack of responsibility that Boeing seems to want to take on this. It is crazy. Give me a moment. Let me get it pulled up here. It's under my history. History. Here we go. Captain Steve is username. Captain Steve, Steeeve. All right. Let me copy this. Let me throw it into, let's get rid of the banner. Game audio, say intentions, game capture. We can get rid of all that stuff. All right, properties. Ooh. Oh, wow, that is a really bad storm. Look at this storm that's popping out now. Holy shit. Look at that, man. Ooh, that mesocyclone. Mesoscale. All right, let me plug in the video here.
Evil intent
All right, here we go.
behind it to cover it up. I think this falls much more into the category of incompetence, taking the life of 976, that fateful flight out of Louisville, Kentucky, Muhammad Ali International Airport to Honolulu, Hawaii, that crashed shortly after takeoff, taking the life of 15 people, including everybody on board the airplane that day.
Horrible accident.
The NTSB
should have never happened
together now to hold a public hearing to bring in UPS, the FAA, and Boeing to hold those corporate executives' feet to the fire. They grilled them for 2 days in a row last week. I've spent the weekend going over all of it.
Thank you, Captain.
And it was extensive. There was a 9-hour meeting, and then a 3-hour meeting. And we're going to answer the question that you've had,
dirty,
and
dumb old
I've
meetings.
had this entire time. And that question is this: if Boeing, the FAA,
here's
and
a flight
UPS
that's an hour long
that this part had failed before, resulting in the death of 273 people. Remember, American Airlines Flight 191 in 1979 out of Chicago's O'Hare Airport? It was the same failure, the same engine, the left engine, that time on the DC-10, now on the MD-11, taking the lives of that many people. Why didn't they do something to prevent it from happening again? We already know how this happened. This hearing is all about why this happened. Let me take you back to the hearing this past week and answer 2 questions.
Take us back, Steve.
Why? And the other question is, could this accident have been prevented? Let me review for you what happened last November. Here's a picture of the airplane taking off. Now, this is a perspective from behind. You can see the aircraft is already in trouble. The engine has already started to come off the left wing. There's a fireball.
He's going to zoom in.
It's rolling down the runway. They're trying to get airborne. I'm going to stop it right there. They can't quite get airborne. They get into the air maybe 20, 25 feet. Now this next perspective is you can see the airplane now descending into the building where the majority of the people were.
Horrible accident
that perished in this crash.
Should have never happened.
It descends into the building. It cartwheels and you see the huge fireball. That's just an awful tragedy.
Yeah.
That's what happened back in November of last year. I want to show you now another perspective on this. This is what the NTSB showed. This is from in front of the airplane. As you take a look at this video before I even started, you can see that the left engine, and you
can see it angled up in the air.
The left engine has already begun to depart the aircraft. It's canted up. See the right engine? It's where in the proper orientation, but that left engine has already broken off. I'll explain how now that broke off because the NTSB went into detail now. And
it's got these 2 mounts, one in aft and then 2 mounts in like the center, and those broke off.
Stop right there. You can see that the engine is completely departed the wing and it's starting to fly straight up. There's an explosion that takes place.
It's going to hit number 2 engine.
Were broken.
That's what doomed them.
And of course, all that pressure, the fuel coming out, the heat causes a fire. Now, here's what doomed the flight. This engine coming off the wing is not what doomed the flight. What doomed the flight is
going
when this
into the second engine
coming apart as it was, and all the parts that came off with it thawed out or damaged the number 2 engine. That's the engine that's in the tail back here. This airplane, the MD-11, can fly on 2 engines. It can climb on 2 engines, but it can't climb on 1. And so they've lost the left engine, the number 1 engine.
I think even if it was like bare minimum fuel, bare minimum cargo, I doubt this airplane can still take off on 1 engine.
Them to get airborne. You can see they're attempting to get airborne, but now they begin to lose lift as this thing continues to go over the top of the airplane. You can see it there, well over the top. That's the point where it FODs out foreign object debris or foreign object damages the number 2 engine, which stops producing thrust or begins to roll back. There he goes. It's flying
I don't want
over the top of
notifications
the
for that
aircraft.
streamer.
2 engines now are lost. The crew is trying to continue airborne. You can see they're airborne by about maybe 10, 15
I wish they could have
feet.
just set the airplane down now, but
off the ground. The crew is
everything happened so quick they probably had no clue.
This airplane to fly.
They had no clue. Number two,
that engine ends up over in the grass on the right side of the runway as they're struggling to control their airplane, and they simply don't have enough thrust to get this thing into the air. Now, let's review some photos now for this NTSB investigation, because the NTSB,
he's going to show the part now. He's going to show the part that broke off, and it's broken off for decades.
In a minute,
is actually what caused the crash in 1979.
All the facts that went into this. So here is the first schematic that they put out of the wing pylon that failed on this aircraft. Now remember, it's the same thing that happened back in 1979 with American Airlines Flight 191. So this pylon right here in blue fails. What does that look like up close? Well, it's got three mounting points: the forward mount, the aft mount.
So what happened was the aft mount broke. And as the thrust pushed the engine up in the air, the thrust fitting and the forward mount broke off. The thrust shot the engine up in the air. It blew up, hit the second engine, that blew out, and that's what doomed the plane.
Called the clevis, this part right up here. The clevis holds on to, and this is part of the clevis, right? It holds on through this bolt and this bushing and this collar and this nut. A grease.
So anyways, essentially that's what broke.
That's where you inject grease into it. The whole thing kind of moves a little bit. It's designed to.
Let's get to the letter that Boeing. Okay. Anyways,
but it came
this
apart.
Part here,
he got a stress fracture.
This part here broke in half, right? And because this broke, now this part is inside the clevis. This part is like the part that's inside. That thing fractured where the blue line is, and because that fractured, it blew out. This is the piece here that we just looked at. This piece cracked, and when this piece cracked, the mount could not hold it anymore. The clevis cracked, and then that's what doomed it. Now, this letter from Boeing. Okay, here's a history of the pylon.
Aft mount spherical bearing, history of reported
2022.
I'm
sorry, for 2002.
All right, what does
Look
this
at
mean
all
to you
these
and me?
incidents.
Starting back in July of 2002, right up here in the left-hand side.
But what really gets me is this letter that Boeing came out with.
By Boeing determined that the failure will not result in a safety of flight condition.
Here we go. A review of the spherical bearing failure by Boeing determined that the failure will not result in a safety of flight condition. What? Now, they probably figured if the engine just broke and fell down, like and detached and just went straight down, you could still fly on two engines. But what happened was the engine came off and the thrust sent it backwards into the second engine. So yeah, that's crazy that Boeing will come out and say that. And they had the word failure twice in here. So anyway, so that's what happened. The spherical bearing, probably a $5 part. If they just would have checked it out before the flight and saw that it had a fracture in it, we probably would never be talking about this video right now. And this tragedy that happened. It was completely avoidable. But, you know, Boeing is, they are in Washington State. So they're not very good people, I guess. You know, not to say that Washington State is bad people, but, you know, their way of thinking out there is like, you know, they're kind of like anti-American out there in Washington. That whole West Coast is just like anti-America. Anyways, all right, I'm getting out of here. I don't know. I might be back later. I don't know. I'm kind of cool now that we did this. I kind of want to try to fly that Bonanza. I'm gonna eat some dinner. We'll see how I feel. I might come back later. That's about it, my friends. I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Yes, sir. See ya.